Okay, so what's up guys, I'm Pixel Sammy, and in this particular video, I'm going to turn this particular video into a cool cinematic sequence using the neon title. So this is the final result. So with that being said, in this particular video, we're going to learn how to do this in Final Cut Pro. And let's get started. So once you open Final Cut Pro, this is the footage which I'm going to use, and this is a stock footage from ArtGrid. The link is there in the description as well. The first thing which I'm going to do is add Anima Hip Fillers to this particular shot. Now these Anima Hip Fillers are from my package. The link is there in the description as well. So I'm going to use some of the Anima Hip Fillers. Now for this particular Anima Hip Fillers, don't change the blending mode to lighten, change it to screen, because the blending will be much more smoother in that way. And then change the color of the Anima Hip Flare as well. That is going to make it look really cool. And I'm going to add 2 or 3 this kind of Anima Hip Flares in this particular video. Now make sure to scroll through some of the flares, because some of them might look good, some of them might not. So it is totally a hit and trial thing for the flares to work in a particular video. Make sure you experiment with different flares. And then after that, for this particular video, I used 3 flares. And of course the link is there in the description as well, like I mentioned before. Now after you add the Anima Hip Flares, make sure to add in some grains to the video. Now I have made some cinematic grains for your videos, which is there in the description as well. So please go ahead and download those grains as well, which you can use in these particular videos. So after you add grains to this particular video, it is going to look much more vintage, like much more cinematic, because grains are like a really cool thing to add some cinematic nature to the entire video, as well as stand out in the crowd a bit. So once you add the grain, make sure to change the blending mode to multiply. That is going to make it look really cool. And after we change the blending mode to multiply, make sure to reduce the opacity a bit as well. That is going to make it look not too noisy, but not less noisy either. So it is going to make it look a little bit better. After that, which I'm going to do is the main thing of this particular video, which is adding those particular. Now I'm going to do the main thing of this particular video, which is adding those particular neon style title in this particular video. Like I have made some previous videos of typography titles using those same pattern titles, right? So in this particular video, I'm going to just do the same thing. So in order to add this particular title, click on Option T, which is going to add a title to your screen. After that, change the font to Proxima Nova. This is a really cool font, and it is going to look really cool for this kind of effects. So in Proxima Nova, change it to, bold italic. It is going to make it look really cool. After that, write whatever you want. In this particular case, I'm going to just write cinematic. Actually not cinematic. I'm going to just write Need for Speed, because there is a car in the screen, right? So it is going to make much more sense there. And after that, this is a trick. Just click on the title, drag it in the lowermost portion, make sure the grain is in the top so that it blends in properly with all the text and all. After that, go to the title and click on outline and disable the face. This is going to look really cool. Now just change the width of the outline, and then just click on tracking and increase the spaces between the letters and change the color of the outline to white. This is going to make the most difference, and I'm sure you have seen this kind of titles in many places out there. So now what you need to do is you need to add a glow to this particular effect. Now adding this particular glow directly into the title won't work. So what you need to do is copy this particular layer on top of each other, because adding glow won't solve the trick here. So just simply copy this particular layer on top of each other, just like this. Make 2 layers. Now go to the lower layer, go to the effects panel, type in Gaussian blur, then drag the Gaussian blur onto the lower title, just like this. After you add the Gaussian blur to the lower title, you are going to see this particular neon sign, which is going to look really cool. Now adjust the opacity or the strength of the Gaussian blur, and it is going to look really cool. After that, just click on Command+G and compound this particular clip. And that is pretty much it. Now I'm going to just add a little bit of flickering effect to the first part of the title. So go to the compounded clip, use the blade tool to cut the first few frames just like this, and then go to the alternate clips and change the opacity to 50. Some of them actually delete the second frames. You can do that as well, but in my case, I'm going to just change the opacity of the alternate frames to 50%. This is going to look really cool and give a little bit subtle flickering effect, just like this. So there goes one part. Another small thing which I'm going to just add is in films posters, you're going to see in the lowermost areas there are usually names of the director, cinematographer, actors, etc. So I'm going to just do the same thing here, but with my name, so that it looks a little bit more, like a cinematic poster or a cinematic video. Just my own taste in doing things, but it is totally up to you if you want to do this or not. So I'm going to just add one more title, change the font to Proxima Nova or Unisense, something like that. This font is really cool for those kind of words. After that, just write something which you can use in the bottom of the screen, just like this. Change the font, change the size, and that is pretty much it, just like this. As you can see, I want to just change the size, write more sentences just like this, just like in a movie. In movies it is going to make much more sense, but in this case it is not going to make any kind of sense because I want to just write random sentences just like this. And that is pretty much it. That is how I just made a simple clip into a cinematic title sequence for your videos. So this is pretty simple to do. You can do this in Final Cut Pro, in Premiere Pro, in After Effects as well, everything. So after that, after adding a little bit of letterbox effect to the top, this is how it looks.